Welcome back, all my loyal patriots and nationalists of Ireland and abroad. Today we have a video from Niall McConnell, who is from Donegal, of course. And this video is absolutely insane. So it's called Heroic Irishman Turns Down €60,000 a month to house migrant men. Now, of course, Niall McConnell does amazing work. He actually recorded this live at one of the Patriot uprisings, we call them, in Donegal, I think. There's a few scattered around the country. There's one coming up in Cork. There was a massive one, of course, 26th of April over in Dublin. That one had 70,000 people at it, absolutely crazy numbers. But this one's insane, guys, and this will basically explain to all the people of Ireland and abroad about the sort of human trafficking ring that's going on in this country. The UN, the EU is paying Irish people millions per year, guys. Millions upon billion. I think the number was 4.3 billion euro last year, every year, to bring in people and people that don't speak English from third world countries, that don't work, that don't do anything, that basically just live off the dole. I'm not really sure exactly why they're doing it. We can look into that eventually, but it's wrong, guys. It's absolutely wrong. It's not immigration, it's illegal, it's complete nonsense. It's something that's set up by Bill Gates, this sort of new world sort of ideology, globalist ideology, communist, Marxist ideology. So let me know your thoughts, drop a comment down below, and let's listen to this video. I haven't watched it yet. This is going to be mind-blowing to the people, so let's listen.
Fast forward to recently, and we were contacted again about housing men, and the rate they now pay is €84 per person per night, and apparently you can put 4 in a room. That works out at over 2,000 a night, over 60,000 a month, nearly €750,000 a year for a house. Food, and if required, transport was on top of that. Whoa. And that would not include whatever they were receiving themselves personally.
Food and also transport on top of that. So they're getting paid probably upwards of 80,000 a month, guys. I mean, this guy is a true patriot. You guys want to talk about patriotism in this country, and the way I see patriotism and heroicism and being heroic is you turning down massive amounts of money to save your country. Let's be honest, guys. Most people would fold. I personally could never, I can't, guys. My channel is based around being, is based around being Kennedy Gaines, being an honorable guy, being true to myself, being true to my people. I'm trying to help the people spread awareness. Most people in this country would not do that, guys. Let's be honest, most people would sell you down the river, lads, for a little bit of money, because times are so tough in this country. This guy, obviously, maybe he's well-to-do already, or maybe he has nothing. He owns a hotel, and they would pay that amount of money to people. It's just crazy. Most people would fold under that. Most people would take the money and just screw the people of the country. That's true patriotism, true heroicism there, guys. Crazy.
Not local, so I'll introduce myself. My name is Damien, and I have a construction company, and I own a bar and restaurant in County Meath. So when the war in Ukraine started in 2022, the council reached out to properties looking for accommodation for Ukrainian women and children, and their offer worked out about 35,000 a month.
Hold the mic to your mouth.
Without negotiation. We have 6 rooms. We would generally have about €5,000 worth of accommodation sales per month, so this was some offer. We agreed. After cancelling all bookings, we couldn't get clarification on what was going on and who exactly was being sent to us, so the contract was cancelled. But I did make them pay for the time they had blocked the accommodation from being booked by others.
Right.
Fast forward to recently, and we were contacted again about housing men, and the rate they now pay is €84 per person per night, and apparently you can put 4 in a room. That works out at over 2,000 a night, over 60,000 a month, nearly €750,000 a year for a house.
That is an astronomical amount of money, especially in Ireland, lads. That, for anyone that knows, that's euros now. That's not shitty US dollars or Canadian dollars or Australian dollars. That's euro. That is a shit ton. You could buy goddamn, 3 or 4 cars. You could buy a car every year, basically. A nice car every single year. And he said that you can put 4 people in a room. I mean, just take it from the person's perspective coming over here, guys. Wherever these men are coming from, God knows, Albania, God knows, just, Roma, Gypsy, whatever they are. We're talking about putting 4 people in a room. I mean, that's basically against your human rights, guys. How could you live in a 10 by 10 foot room with 4 other men? I mean, that's That's against your human rights, guys. That's crazy, you know. It's wild. You know, if you're taking it from that perspective, okay, that's a left-wing perspective. You know, we have to please some of these liberals watching my channel as well. But you know what I mean? That's unethical for the people as well. But, you know, from my perspective, I'm not a left-wing guy, so I don't care too much about that. But, I mean, unreal amount of money.
Food, and if required, transport was on top of that, and that would not include whatever they were receiving themselves personally. As I contemplated taking the money, I thought to myself, I don't live here, it's not going to affect me, but how will it affect the people of this area? Was there any positives for the community? With the accommodation gone, our overseas tourists and people attending weddings in the venues nearby would no longer be able to avail of that service. In the bar, restaurant, we cater for funerals, communions, birthdays, parties. That's gone. We are rural, so it's a place where local farmers get a chance to meet and have a pint, a chat and a bit of crack. They won't come here if there's 30 men hanging around outside. The school buses drop and collect kids from our car park. Will they feel safe? I concluded there was no benefit to the community and no quality of life for the men. The only benefit was to me financially.
Yeah.
I have a nice house.
So I love what he said there. So he's getting it from both perspectives. Because, you know, a lot of these lefties like to say, oh, well, they're just, you know, you're all right-wing and this kind of thing. Well, he said it right there, guys. There's no benefit to the community and there's no quality of life for these people coming over. Guys, if you think that coming to Ireland, you're going to be in some sort of like land of opportunity like the US or somewhere, I don't know, you know, somewhere that's rich beyond belief, that's not what it is in Ireland. Ireland is not like that. If you think about coming to Ireland, I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't, guys. It's not like that at all. You know, the quality of life here is not the same as Australia. It's not the same as Germany. Okay, it's not the same as the US. It's not the same as Canada. It's really poor standard of quality of life. Maybe compared to your Albanian, you know, war-torn country or whatever. But in terms of getting ahead in life, if you don't even speak English, if you have no education, you're not really going to be doing much here that you're going to be doing over there. It's going to be the same quality of life. You know, just because you move location doesn't mean that your quality of life improves. You have to make money as well. So, crazy.
The only benefit was to me financially. I have a nice house and a nice family. I don't need anything else. We declined.
That is so mad. That's very honorable, guys. I'm telling you right now. I'm actually shocked by this video because most people, like I said, I wouldn't, guys. You know, bro, you couldn't get me to sell out the people. It's not even possible, guys. I couldn't handle the repercussions, guys. Just the karma yourself, guys. You know deep down you're doing something wrong. And this guy declined. He said, I have a nice house, a nice family. I don't need any more. You know, what amount of money do you need? Do you need 200,000 a month? Do you need all this money? You have enough money. You know, money isn't everything in life, guys. Money is a lot. It's big, but it's not flipping everything. Okay, it doesn't make you happy. So, wow, that is incredible, guys. Unbelievable to hear that.
But it raised some other concerns for me. I regularly drive through Finglas in Dublin, and there are Irish men and women sleeping in tents on the roundabout and under the bridge of the M50 and N2. They are there for 2 years. Why can't they do this for them?
Yeah.
They were willing to pay me 60,000 a month for this, yet my kids' school have been fundraising for months to get, coincidentally enough, 60,000 to build a playground in their school, as there's no money available from the Department of Education. Obviously that 60,000 is being used by another department.
Wow. Did you hear that, lads? Man, this is the most unbelievable video I think I've watched in a few months. This is the most unbelievable video. So they're willing to pay this guy all this money for just random people from abroad. You know, it's like save every other country apart from our own people. Our own people are dying on the street. Could save those people. Nope, we're not saving those people. We're going to save random people. We're not going to build a nice little, you know, playground for the kids, you know, of the community. We're going to give it to this guy that doesn't even live in the country. You know, he said it himself. He doesn't even live here. To bring in random people, shit, man. The state is just gone. I don't know what the hell, you know, has happened to this country. That's like man, this is a bad situation we have. People don't actually understand how bad it is here. Like, it is actually, it's awful, guys. It's the worst it's ever been in my entire life.
The amount the government are paying these landlords is insane. This needs to be negotiated downwards, because purely from a financial point of view, if I was so inclined to take the offer, I would have done it for half the price. I think maybe the reason there is no political will to do this is that there are politicians like Healy Rae and others with financial interests in this type of business.
Bingo.
The people arriving in seeking asylum are merely a form of currency for some of these landlords and people bringing them in.
Yeah.
And sometimes those people are one and the same. They don't care about them. They will stack them high in warehouses and factories, charging astronomical fees, which the government, it seems, are happy to pay. Actually, under a HICWA inspection, one hotel was found to have 10 men in one room.
So yeah, so 10 men in one room. Okay, so it's inhuman conditions that these people living in. Second of all, you know, if we're taking it from that perspective, like, the government aren't even paying for that. It's like tax. It's like our own taxes of the people, and then also it's like EU money, UN money. So it's not even Irish. It's not completely Irish money. It's also UN money, and you know, this is just not right, because we have to put Ireland first, Irish people first. I'm sick of hearing about immigration. I've said it in the last video. People got that twisted. I said I'm sick of hearing about it. I didn't mean in the aspect of that it's correct. I meant in the aspect of this is bullshit, and we know it's bullshit. I don't have to keep saying it. It's nonsense. Every video I put up about it gets 5,000 to 10,000 views. Everyone in the country knows it's nonsense. Everybody I talk to thinks it's nonsense. We need to vote, okay? We need to vote and say no to this. This is horrendous, guys. Horrendous.
And they don't care about the effects on local communities by putting hundreds of men with nothing to do but walk the streets into small communities.
Yep.
There's so much more that could be said, but I'll leave it at this. To the government, stop allowing small communities like this to be destroyed and wasting taxpayers' money. We are not going to solve a housing crisis by adding more people to it, unless those people are actually skilled construction workers. It might actually be cheaper to pay the EU fines and let another EU country provide this.
Yeah.
To the businessmen like Banty and the likes who have made millions from the scam, when is enough enough? How much more money do you really need?
I mean, about as perfect speech as you could give. Banty, I don't even know who this Banty guy is, but I'm guessing he is a guy that's profiting hugely from this. And like I said, guys, you know, the bottom dollar, guys. This is the real, you know, root of all evil, they call it, you know, and it is the root of the evil, because if they weren't getting paid a lot of money, they wouldn't take any of these people. They'd say, oh shit, they don't care about these people. The people that take in people to this country on a false precedence, okay, they want to make people think that they care. Oh, I care about everyone. I love Chinese people and this person and all these different races of people. They don't give a shit about them. They would never have them in their home, ever, okay? You know, all these people that preach about, I love everybody. They never have them over to their house for coffee. They never have a different nationality. It's all just white Irish. You know, they don't, which I mean is fine, but I'm saying if you're preaching, you know, to the people that, you know, this is what you're about, you really don't care, guys. You know, all these people that preach from the high tops, they don't care about other nationalities. They want to be seen that they care about other people, but they really don't, guys, deep down. And we can all see that. You know, you can see that clear as day from their actions and how they talk. It's about the money. You know, plain and simple. We know that now. So use your voice to go out and vote, go out and protest, you know, legally. Okay, don't do anything crazy. I always say that, guys. But absolutely, every single chance you get to talk to people on the streets, if they ask you what you think, tell them what you think, guys. You know, if they know that you're a social media guy, that, you know, Niall McConnell there, or one of these guys, you know, there's tons of people now. There's tons of us, okay? There's literally 30 YouTube channels all preaching the same message. It's unbelievable. There's actually no voice in the opposite, because even the people on the left, the liberals as well, the left and the liberals is two different sets of people. They 100% agree with this, guys. You know, the conservatives, of course, agree with this. The people more right-leaning agree with this. Everybody in the country agrees with this. You know, they say, oh, well, not that many people agree. It's only maybe 30, 40% of people. I'm telling you right now, everyone is the same, guys. Every single person thinks that, you know, if you're being brought in and not coming here legally is one thing. But if you're not brought in, guys, you know, that is complete, it's bullshit, guys. And, you know, the whole government are starting to realize that now. They're panicking. You can see the Irish government are completely panicking. And it's great to see. Okay, so more people like this guy need to speak out. These videos are amazing, and I want to highlight them and give my own opinion on them. That's why I made this video today. So I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay free. If you want to help me, support me, push back against the mainstream, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member for just the price of a coffee. I think it's €3 a month. And yeah, I'm going to keep making these videos, keep pushing the message, and I'll see you all tomorrow, man. Peace.